but due to events beyond our control, we can't bring you the first half at Selhurst Park, during which Wednesday went 2-1 down, a situation that deteriorated further when Marlon Beresford punched a cross into his own net. That made it 3-1, and Wednesday's woe was complete when Trond Andersen waltzed through a square defence to make the final score Wimbledon 4, Wednesday 1. That's 9 goals Wimbledon have now scored against Wednesday this season.
Play at Meadow Lane was abandoned after Wimbledon scored an equaliser that few people saw.
When the match started, it was freezing, but the pitch was declared fit and the visibility was fine. Notts took the lead with a goal from Richard Liebird. It would have been his 5th goal in 8 games. Previously, he'd scored just 6 times in 8 years. And then, in an extraordinary half-time break, the fog just suddenly rolled in. This was the view at the start of the second half, but it got worse. Apparently, Dean Blackwell got an equaliser for Wimbledon. Some players didn't know he'd scored, but it was all over. With visibility down to 5 yards, the match was abandoned. They replay again next Tuesday. Eltel, Terry Venables awaits. The winners play at Middlesbrough the following Saturday.
Now, anyone with a ticket or voucher from last night's match can watch the replay for £5, much less than half price. For pensioners and juveniles, just £1. Otherwise, you pay a tenner. Hope you followed that. Now, Chesterfield and Lincoln probably win.
Fulham are a club reborn, going strong in both major cup competitions, and they had another chance to prove that they would not be out of place in the top division against Wimbledon. Again, a good breakout by Fulham. It's Lee Clark. Hales needed too much room, but was invited to get back on possession and did so. And the opener comes for Fulham, and the cup upset is a possibility thanks to Wayne Collins. Lee Clark starting to pass it around nicely, and it's Barry Hales in here for Fulham. This could be 2, and is, and the upset is truly on now. It's Steve Finnan, and Fulham lead by 2. Now it's Clark. That's tremendous again from Fulham, and Wimbledon will be turned round here. And this time, surely the clinching goal, and it's the 2nd of the afternoon for Wayne Collins, and Wimbledon have been kicked apart again.
Gills boss Andy Hessenthaler had to reshuffle the team he'd planned to put out after leading goal scorer Carla Saba told him he was too tired to play, but not too tired to head for Sheffield United and transfer talks.
That tells you a story. He didn't really want to play for the club tonight, and as I say, I'm disappointed. Let's hope the deal goes through for his sake, and you know, we can get on with our football, know what we've got, and he can get on with his football.
And how they missed Asaba as Paul Smith's cross caused panic in the visiting ranks. But the Dons had their chances, this Ewell effort beating everything apart from the post. And the woodwork saved the Gills in the second half. This time it was Darren Holloway with the strike. But Ty Gooden could have stolen a late winner, his effort just grazing the upright. But it's a valuable point after 3 defeats in a row. Gillingham 0, Wimbledon 0.
FA Cup prospects looked promising when Borough took the lead in the 4th round replay against Wimbledon on the stroke of half-time. Sheer determination by skipper Paul Ince opened up the Dons' defence, and Hamilton Rickard applied the finish. But the joy turned to frustration late in the game. Just seconds after young Mark Hudson replaced goalscorer Rickard, Borough conceded a dubious penalty. Hugo Ekiog singled out by referee Mike Dean as the guilty man. And Neil Ardley gratefully scored from the spot to take the tie into extra time. The reprieve clearly put Wimbledon on a high, and they took the lead 6 minutes into the first period of extra time. Colin Cooper blocked the first effort from Jason Ewell, but the Don striker rifled home at the second attempt to make it 2-1. After 12 unbeaten matches, Borough's run was in real jeopardy 2 minutes later. An off-the-ball incident caused the problem, and when order was finally restored, Ekiog was given his second red card of the season. That left Borough's 10 men in real trouble, And there was no way back when the Dons made it 3-1 in the final minutes. A long-range effort from sub Jonathan Hunt, ending Borough's final interest in the cup competitions. The
more likely destination, but memories of '88 came flooding back when Neil Ardley launched one from 30 yards. The Dons have got the worst home record in Division 1 and poor defending cost them again. Darren Holloway falling asleep to let in Andy Hughes for the equaliser. Never Say Die Wimbledon restored their advantage before half-time though. Pa Carlson wriggling free to score his first goal for the South London club. But another defensive error ruined Wimbledon's day. Goalkeeper Kelvin Davis conceding a soft goal to Mark Stallard and setting up a very difficult replay.
Well, I think we've found another contender for own goal.
Roberts and the goalkeeper Akterberg had come well off his line there and he's left it unguarded, and a great chance for Wimbledon. Falls to Ardley. Oh my goodness me. That was an appalling miss as Tranmere almost gave Wimbledon an opening day gift. Akterberg has looked uncertain from these corner kicks. Again he stays on his line and by default I think keeps it out with his knee. Kimball. This is where Tranmere have looked weak when they're attacked in the air. And a great chance for Adjuman, but it all happened a little bit too quickly for the teenager. Kimball. Gale to Anderson, looking for Gale again. This is Kimball. Marcus Gale. It's a very good cross. Oh, and another glorious opportunity. Completely wasted. And unfortunately, it was Neil Ardley it fell to again. It was a great little cross from the left-hand side from Marcus Gale. Ardley, unmarked, unnoticed. Almost seemed unmissable. Anderson. Norwegian international hoisting it towards Marcus Gale. He's had a fair fight on this near side of the field with Roberts. That's Kimball's cross. Akterberg very uncertain. And that's been a hat-trick of chances for the unfortunate Neil Ardley. It's been a bright and breezy second half. Now that was a late loose challenge from Sean Flynn, who was yellow carded in the first half. And Flynn, for that loose challenge, is off. Still over half an hour to go, and that wasn't a very good challenge either. Francis plays it back, great chance for Adjuman. Stunning save from Akterberg. Well, brilliant reflexes from the Dutch goalkeeper. Adjuman had the goal gaping, and somehow Akterberg kept it out. Ball right out. Using the ball efficiently. It's Yates. Oh, that was some shot. There's some save as well from Kelvin Davis. Well, it was an absolute rocket of a shot from Yates. Not renowned for his goal scoring, but Kelvin Davis, the long-term replacement for Neil Sullivan, establishing himself in the Dons' goal. Brave header from Yates. That's the one thing that Wimbledon will refuse to do, is to lose any spirit or any confidence. As a header comes in, oh, that was a glorious chance.
John, under the circumstances, a battling point and a good result for Tranmere.
Yeah, it's as you say, not many teams will come here and take much away. I don't think this year. Always going to be a hard team to beat, Wimbledon. But we never really played to our potential. But for sheer guts and determination, I think we deserved the draw today.
Am I happy with the result? No. Disappointed with the result, but reasonably happy with the performance. I thought we were very at the point of attack. We tried to switch the play, and we got in and created a number of chances throughout the game.
14 years ago, you took them out of that division, the first division, got them promotion. How do you see it going for your successor now, Terry Burton?
I think they'll have a good season. I think you look at the squad of players they've got some very good players. They've got players that have played in the Premier League. So there's no reason for Wimbledon to be challenging those other clubs up there that we've spoken about, Blackburn and Fulham. But I think the teams that have gone down, possibly it might take Wednesday a little longer, but the teams that have gone down can challenge Watford exactly the same. So I think Wimbledon have got some good players.
They're going to be looking to people to be more on target than, say, Neil Ardley. I hope he's not watching, because here we are watching it again.
Well, this happens to all players. I mean, Neil slipped or he's gone. I mean, he could have taken a touch and it's a simple goal for him. And he's got in there. You've got to say he's in the box here. Again, it's a poor connection by him, but he's actually got in there. So there'll be other times, I'm sure, during the season when he goes in there and he will get some just rewards. I mean, from the efforts there, Wimbledon have had quite a few good chances, and another day they'd probably beaten Tranmere 2-0. So again, I'm sure John Aldridge is well pleased and got on the coach and thought that's a useful point.
John Aldridge, I don't know whether they'll be happy or not. Sorry to keep talking about the bookies, but they reckon he's a good outside bet, him and Tranmere, for promotion this season. Well,
Tranmere are always difficult up at Prenton Park. They're a difficult side. Again, John will find it a little bit harder because he's lost one or two players in the summer and he's not going to get lots of money to go. I mean, they had a good run and got to the Worthington Cup final last year. So if he can instil that and get a good run on, there's no reason why Tranmere can't pick it up. But they're not going to be one of the fancy sides because I'm sure that if they get injuries or suspensions, then this could affect them. So I've got to be fair. I'm not sure I see Tranmere as one of the sort of 8 or 9 that are going to get promotion. But there's always somebody that gets in there.
For a home game against Wimbledon, another all-London affair. The Dons, always awkward opposition. It was a glorious day for football, and it was to bring a most welcome 3 points. Stuart Wardley on the end of the cross. Rangers ahead. Nipped in at the far post. There were some real moments of good quality football played by Jerry's men in this game. The second goal, virtually a copy of the first. Peter Crouch scoring this time, but again it was a header across from the left. 2-0. Front of 11,000 plus, most of whom had enjoyed what they were watching. Wimbledon, though, never underestimated. And in the end, they had one back for their trouble. John Hartson.
Since they conceded 3 against Fulham in their opening home match of the season. But they let in 3 once again as Wimbledon produced another sparkling away performance. Damien Francis latched onto Neil Ardley's cross on the half hour to slide the Dons ahead. And then John Hartson, who had proved a serious handful from the opening whistle, entered the game to devastating effect. First, he was lucky to escape a red card after poleaxing Darren Pearce. And then his physical presence was all important just before Jason Ewell rifled his 8th goal of the season. But Birmingham, who'd come from behind to win with 10 men at Gillingham last time, played the last 25 minutes against 10 this time. Hartson not even waiting for the referee's decision after David Burrows was dumped unceremoniously onto the St Andrews turf. The Welshman's departure less than dignified. It could have sparked a riot. It certainly didn't spark a Birmingham comeback, and after Per Carlson's perfect left-wing cross, Damien Francis zoomed in to complete the misery of Trevor Francis. Birmingham 0, Wimbledon 3.
It's gone over Hughes, and now Roberts is making his presence felt. And there's the opening goal. 8 minutes gone. We were saying that Roberts and Hughes was on fire, and it's Roberts who's got the first one. That's his 7th goal of the season since costing £2 million in the summer. They said he made a slow start. My word, he's making up for it now. Bounced off Wilmot, then back off Roberts towards Hughes. Here's Fox. And for the moment, Will Fox is pulling the strings left, right and centre for West Brom. Good run by Van Bleur. Still got it. Trying to get it onto his favoured left foot, you feel. And then Fox moving it towards McInnes. Looking for Hughes. Threaded it through. Roberts can't get there. West Brom needed to make the pressure pray. And just over 10 minutes since Jason Roberts put them in the lead. Will Fox is pulling the strings. He was instrumental in finding McInnes. McInnes threaded the ball through to Hughes like you would thread through a needle. Here's Chris Wilmot. Likened very much to Chris Perry at Wimbledon. Could see him as the star of the future as Francis runs on. And that's going to be a penalty against Matt Carbon as he came across. It's Jason Yuill, 5 goals so far this season against the big Dane Brian Jensen. And right on half-time, Wimbledon are back in the game. It's 6-6 of the season, and the small band of Wimbledon fans are joyous to our right. Little flick by Gale wasn't read by Jonathan Hunt, Jamaican international. Marcus Gale. Some neat footwork by Roberts. Could see him say all the way through here. He's managed to evade every challenge. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Save, but Hughes has slipped as he tried to get the ball in. And a glorious opportunity missed by West Brom. Some great skill by Jason Roberts that set it all up. The ball by Van Bleur. And Roberts evaded 2 challenges early on. He evaded Wilmot once and then twice. And as he streaked away, Davis stood up well, and Hughes, he was trying to adjust his body as he got the shot back in. The ball was just behind him. Had an overlapping run for Van Bleur to pick him out. It's with Clement now. He's got Damien Francis with him. He's managed to get the cross in. It's evaded everyone. Fox has got a touch. Snakers has to get the shot in. There it is! There's the third. Now can West Brom celebrate the 3 points.
A good turn from Francis. And in it goes. Damien Francis gives Wimbledon the lead. Just 5 minutes played. And it really was a tidy turn. And a firm finish. Holloway. Yuill battles away and wins the ball. On the left is Marcus Gale. Hartson with the header. Oh, it's a good save from Vince Bartram. Asaba. Smith battling for it, all rather untidy. Wilmot didn't get it away. Smith with the shot, that's blocked. Asaba's turn, and this time it's gone in. I think Andy Thompson's going to claim it, because as the shot came in from Asaba, Thompson sticks out a heel. Easy one for Bartram there. And long it goes, they don't mind playing it. Oh, it's come off the back of Wilmot. Oh, and quick thinking there from Andy Thompson. 2 in 2 minutes for the Scotsman. And 5 in 4 games. Wilmot waited for it to bounce, instead it bounced off his back. Holloway with room to cross. Hartson tries to get on the end of it. Put behind there by Patterson. Jonathan Hunt will take the corner. Oh, it's a dreadful bit of goalkeeping. Poor Vince Bartram, he's been doing so well. And Hartson claims the goal. Well, Hartson won't mind having another look. But not a great moment for Vince Bartram. So 2-2 the score. Smith happy to settle for a corner kick to Gillingham. Thompson waits in the middle, eager to claim a hat-trick. Player manager Hessenthaler takes it. Ashby, and then at the far post. The flick was from Ashby, and Mark Saunders is there for his first of the season. Hessenthaler takes these himself. They've worked on that one in training. Asaba uses his strength to see off Francis. In the middle is Thompson. Good save from Kelvin Davis. Long from Davis. Hartson. Into the area goes Yule. Oh, it's a well-hit cross shot from Jason Yule. Fourth goal this term for Yule. Hartson involved. And Yule with a quality strike. Wimbledon looking for a winner as we approach the last 10 minutes. Hawkins, a little cushioned header, Johnny Hartson! Well, he's lethal when he gets the service. Little nod down there. And Hartson with his 8th this season. Can Gillingham respond? Asaba battles for it, it'll drop to Asaba. He tries a shot, and with 2 minutes to go, he's levelled the scores at 4-all. They work, and they've got their reward.
On to Ryan, looks for Rammell. Brown takes over and tries an ambitious effort, which produced a marvellous save by Kelvin Davis. Adjimang. And Ainsworth has broken away. Danger for Wickham here. Still Ainsworth, and a great finish. Moments after Wickham almost took the lead, Wimbledon do. Now finds Ryan. On it goes to Bullman. Two players on the right here for Wickham. Tried the long shot. Rammell with a chance. Beautiful save. Carroll. Yes. Wickham equalised. Dave Carroll. 31 minutes gone, and deservedly Wickham are level. Gale's cross is good, and the header goes wide. The referee seems to have pointed to the spot. I think the referee's given a penalty. The Wickham players can't believe it. And deep into stoppage time, Mr. Wolstenholme, who gave a controversial Wickham goal in the first match on Saturday, has pointed for handball. And Taylor has saved it! Magnificent save by Martin Taylor. Pumped back in by Cunningham, and the header goes straight to the Wickham goalkeeper again. What a hero! The match has gone into extra time, and dramatically, Martin Taylor saves a Neil Ardley penalty that would have put Wimbledon into the FA Cup quarter-final, but second division Wickham Wanderers, who played most of the second half with only 10 men, are still alive. And there's a chance straight away, and a goal straight away. Gray scores it. Well, isn't that amazing? In the dying seconds of 90 minutes, they miss from 12 yards, and Gray, the young striker who came on late in the second half, has pounced in the opening seconds of extra time. And then that gives Gale the opportunity to go forward and look for Jason Ewell. Great save by Taylor. Magnificent one-handed save by the Wickham goalkeeper. Has kept his team's hopes faintly alive. There are only seconds remaining now. Oh, the ball bobbled nastily there for Davis. It comes to Parkin. Is there drama left in this tie yet, I wonder? Parkin for Wickham. He's done really well. Can he get his cross in? He can. And Bullman hits it. It's a goal! Unbelievable! Wickham have pulled it level in the final seconds through Paul McCarthy. They will not lay down and die. Wickham's cup dream is still alive. Paul McCarthy has equalised in the last seconds here at Selhurst Park, and surely now it's going to go to penalty kicks. Wimbledon 2, Wickham 2, a fantastic FA Cup tie did indeed have one final twist of drama. Parkin pulled it back, Bullman's shot was mishit, McCarthy threw himself at the ball, and Wickham's man of the match has surely sent this tie to a penalty kick shootout. Brown against Kelvin Davis. Advantage Wickham. 1-0 from the spot. Slight advantage to Wimbledon in that the penalties are being taken at the end of the ground where their fans are. He's hit the bar. It's more than a slight advantage to Wickham now. They lead 1-0. And now Jason Cousins, one of Wickham's longest serving players, 10 years at the club, can make it 2-0. And does! Oh, it was beautifully taken, right in the corner. And it is 2-1. Keith Ryan in his testimonial season. And he's skied it over the bar. Still, though, Wickham have the advantage. Marcus Gale. And trusty it was on this occasion. Wimbledon draw level. Oh, yes, sweetly taken. High into the net. Very confident penalty. Wickham in front. 3-2 at the moment. And he got that in the corner, even though Martin Taylor guessed correctly. 3-3. Parkin for Wickham. Drives it high into the net to make it 4-3. And he has scored. 4-4. Sudden death now. And scores! And he does so very emphatically. And does so! What a moment of satisfaction in that young man's career. He has to score now from 12 yards out. And he has as well. There have been some very good penalties here. Jamie Bates for Wickham. And he's missed it. Advantage Wimbledon now. If they score, they are through, and Wickham are out. And Taylor saved it! Unbelievable drama continues here. Is there no end to this tie? Paul McCarthy, whose late goal for Wickham in extra time brought about this penalty shootout, has scored. And he does so. Well done, the keeper. That's not very often you see this, is it? Two goalkeepers taking penalties against each other in their little private duel. And Taylor has scored as well. Williams will take the kick. And he skied it! Wickham Wanderers are in the quarter-final of the FA Cup in an unbelievable story here at Selhurst Park. 2-0 down in the first game, 1-0 down and 2-1 down tonight. They've scored an equaliser in the dying moments of the game, and now from the penalty spot, Wickham Wanderers have done it, and a team that had never been into the third round of the FA Cup before are now in the quarter-finals. What a story at Selhurst Park. What drama, what fantastic scenes of joy. A second division club has made it to the last 8 against all the odds, with a man sent off 20 minutes from the end, with a goal seconds from the end, and now from the penalty shootout, they're through, and Wimbledon are out.
That was a night and a half, that. I mean, then you come in and find out the Tranmere have won, come back from 3-0 down against Southampton on the same night. And I've been quoted as saying it, and I think it's true, it was the night really that the FA Cup was reignited for the country. There was a lot, back pages covered the Manchester United versus Valencia game, I think, which was another draw, and it didn't mean anything in the context of the overall European thing. But on the Thursday, the paper suddenly realised, or the editors suddenly realised, that they'd missed the most important story of the night, which was Tranmere's result and our result, for which myself and John Aldrich did share a Performance of the Week award for that one. So we're in the quarterfinals, and all of a sudden everybody's talking about us now, progressively. And then we draw Leicester, which again, obviously, the connections with Martin being there and Guppy, who was here, being there. And everybody, I think, gave the impression that we'd done really well to get where we were, and that'll do us. And thanks very much for coming. And little did they know
A new name on the team sheet tends to perk up the interest, and when Tommy Johnson popped up with this header just before half-time at Wimbledon, his arrival augured well. But it didn't turn out to be a winning start for Johnson. That privilege denied by an emphatic finish from Northern Ireland international Michael Hughes. 1-1 at Selhurst Park.
Rihalati jabbing it forward. Morrison taking up a good position. Oh, magnificent finish from Clinton Morrison. Class. Well, he finished there like the international striker he now is. He took up a wonderful position, but even then he had a lot of work to do.
And the first goal for the Eagles scored by number 10, Clinton Morrison.
He's looked the most likely scorer for Crystal Palace. Clinton Morrison scores his 9th in League and Cup this season. Friedman will chase. Morrison coming near post. And it's left. Kirovsky makes it 2. It really was a good move by Crystal Palace. Morrison was involved in this one as he was with the first. And Kirovsky finishing. Although Kelvin Davis, I don't think will want to see that too many times. The US international took up a good position here, just jabbed it goalwards. And Palace really are in a strong position now. The fact that Palace have only put 2 men near the edge of the penalty area tells its own story, really. Kirovsky, support from Rihalati. Oh! How did that go in? Well, he seemed almost indecisive when he struck it. He picks it up here and Bosch, it swerved and swerved, and Davis had so much time to spot it. It wasn't the fiercest hit shot, but it had a lot of swerve on it, and that confirms, look at the swerve there. 7 or so minutes, Palace are looking for 4 or maybe 5. Oh, it's an own goal! And you have to say it's a magnificent own goal. Wayne Brown, on loan from Ipswich. Four for Crystal Palace, and it's just gone pear-shaped for Wimbledon in recent times.
Phone. Hello? Hello? All right? Yeah.
This time, the Saturday morning call thankfully didn't spell trouble for the plans of Gillingham's manager Andy Hessenthaler.
No, that's not bad news, that's all right.
Is that the phone call you dread on,
I do, yeah,
on a Saturday morning?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because you've got your plans made and the team's, you know, been selected. Sometimes when the phone rings, you think, oh, someone's ill, or more than likely that would be the case overnight, you know. So you tend to really worry when the phone rings, but no, everything's fine this morning, so that's no problem.
Andy Hessenthaler normally gets up on Saturday morning to 3 football jobs, player and manager for Gillingham, and managing the junior Hessenthaler, young Jake in the centre here, off to play for his local junior side.
No, that's not bad news, that's all right.
So the pressure part comes with being player and manager of a team much in need of a win, as Gillingham are.
It's difficult because you want to play, but obviously you're trying to not protect, but just to organise the whole thing, really. It's difficult.
As it happens, this Saturday morning was a bit different. A late thigh strain kept him on the sidelines, the traditional manager's role.
Concentration. Big word. Concentrate. If you don't, you get punished. You get punished for silly mistakes, boys. Here we go. Here we go then. Smudge. Come on then. Come on. Come on.
Hessenthaler kept up the exhortations from his unaccustomed touchline position as Gillingham carved out a fair few openings in the first half.
Well done, Edge. Well done, Smudge. Smudger.
Right until just before the break.
Oh, Smudge.
And pouncing on the error, the Dons scored a trademark breakaway goal through Kevin Cooper. Soon after the break, the Gills went further behind when Kevin Cooper scored again.
What's happened there then? Did it take a deflection or what?
And just as Hessenthaler was debating tactical changes, this happened. Roland Edge sent off for a second bookable offence. No surprise in the ensuing disarray when Michael Hughes popped in Wimbledon's third. Guy Butters did score a late consolation for Gillingham, but by then it was too late to salvage much more than a little pride.
We give 3 silly goals away today again. I mean, it doesn't help when you go down to 10 men either. I mean, it's hard enough with 11 players. It's gone down to 10 men. Makes it very difficult, but you know, I mean, we've got to cut out the silly mistakes.
Andy's, you know, shouldn't be under any pressure because he's done a fantastic job at Gillingham. You know, I know we all put ourselves under pressure if we're not winning every game, but you know, from the outside looking in, I think everybody will look at Andy and Richard at Gillingham and think they've done a great job, and they're, you know, they're a difficult team.
We need that win to turn the corner, and on another day today. Another day we might have got the win today or got something out of the game because I thought we deserved to, really.
Temporarily having only one of your two jobs doesn't seem to ease the strains and pressures of being a player-manager by very much.
Free kick for Town to the edge of the area. Campbell comes in. It's a good effort, but it was always going wide. Wimbledon now outside the area. Oh, it's a belter, absolute belter. Roberts locked inside, Caldecott away. Town helping on. Challenge has got to come in soon. Campbell is there though, and Campbell equalises. One apiece. This was a good challenge there. It broke to Stuart Campbell. He measured this. Now it's about that for accuracy, right into the bottom corner. Measured finish. Corner kick for Town. Deflected. Still on the edge of the area. Danny Butterfield sets his sights. You won't see a better save. Wimbledon looking to make progress. This is McAnuff, edge of the area. You can't see a bigger deflection than that. Danny Coyne was absolutely stranded. Corner comes in. There's a header. He's missed it. The header was available. I think it might have been Paul Groves. He's swinging this in, right-footed. Nasty. Good header, but pass.
We begin our roundup at Selhurst Park, where Wolves' fanatical away support boosted the crowd to nearly 10,000. Here's Tony Jones.
Brown's free kick. Shipley under that. Poor clearance that by Sean Connolly. A great save though by Oakes. Anderson prepared to make himself available. So to his Hawkins. Nifty play by Hughes. What a difference he's made since coming on as a half-time substitute. Cameron. Here's Kamara. Cameron again. That's a terrific ball by Cameron. And a fabulous effort that was too by Blake. There's Robinson. Slipped there by Anderson, has given the ball away to Blake, and Sturridge. The Wolves see that as a back pass, and so does the referee. It's Blake, and it's been cleared. And it's been squeezed in. Astonishing. Kelvin Davis, the goalkeeper, just can't believe it. It's Dean Sturridge on his first appearance for Wolves.
Uses in the middle. Hughes! One-nil Coventry. Hughes. Oh, some appeals for handball there. Referee says not. Thompson with the cross. Towards Lee Mills. 2 goals in 2 games for Lee Mills. Space here for McNuff. 2-1. Cross in, here's Thompson! That's the winner, surely.
Former Wimbledon players Dickie Guy and John Leslie joined supporters in a pre-match protest against a move to Milton Keynes, and then watched a Wimbledon home win at their current residence. Defender Chris Wilmot's first goal of the season was enough to fend off Nottingham Forest. 1-0.
To many Gillingham fans, Andy Hessenthaler already walks on water. The Gills boss may like to take one step at a time, but with the hard-working Kent side already looking forward to taking on mighty Arsenal in the FA Cup next weekend, Hessenthaler also has one eye on reaching the playoffs. Could this just be Gillingham's year?
Yeah, it could be. I mean, it's going to be tough for us. I mean, we're still, I think, 7 points off the playoffs, but all the time the confidence is high. Who knows? And you know, obviously we've got a tough game today against Wimbledon, which is, to me, is probably our biggest test at home for a few weeks. So I think they're in a false position.
Unbeaten in 4 matches, including the FA Cup, understandably there was a real air of optimism outside Priestfield before the match against Wimbledon.
So hopefully we can go to Arsenal and you know, just knocking them out easy and tongue-in-cheek there.
I think the side today is more loyal to the club than any team I've ever seen. I've followed them for 54 years. And I think it's the best I've ever seen at the club.
Are they going to win today?
It's going to be hard.
And that Gills fan wasn't wrong. Come 5-3, and Hessenthaler, who named himself as a substitute for the match, knew Terry Burton's Wimbledon would prove stern opposition. And very soon it was the Dons who were looking the sharper of the two sides. The troublesome Patrick Agumang almost broke the deadlock, but for a brave save from Vince Bartram midway through the first half. Gillingham's ploy of 3 up front with King, Onura and Shaw were coming up against the yellow brick wall of Wimbledon's defence. No repeat of Ife Onura's stunning 40-yarder against Coventry last Saturday. But just after the interval, Marlon King almost gave Gillingham the lead, only for a great save from Kelvin Davis to deny the striker. Neil Shipperley, the son of former Gills centre-back Dave Shipperley, was a constant danger man for Gillingham, but both sides were finding it hard to break the deadlock. The home crowd were really buzzing when Andy Hessenthaler came on in a double substitution, and soon the bubbly midfielder had the Gills storming forward as the player-manager put together an inspirational last 15 minutes. But despite Gillingham's endeavours and another chance for Marlon King, the game ended goalless. Not that Andy Hessenthaler was too disappointed. Andy, a point gained or 2 points dropped?
Gained, I think, because they're a good side, and you know, I think they're in a false position. I've always said that, and you know, it wasn't a pretty game. The pitch doesn't help us at the moment, but you know, I probably would have settled for a point before the game, as I say.
So Neil, if your dad had been watching today, what would he have said?
I think he might have left at half time. It weren't the prettiest. I mean, he always comes back to watch us play here. He had fond memories of the club here, and just a shame the match couldn't sort of sparkle anything up. It was a very dull match, I thought.
And Mike, to me, you were man of the match. You're all over the place today.
Well, yeah, it was a good team performance, you know, coming here. But to settle for a point, I think, before the game, it's a tough place to come, and the pitch doesn't do anyone any favours, really. But it's nice to be off the back of the win against City to get a point here. It keeps our little run going, and, you know, it keeps us in with a shout.
Biggest cheer of the match, as far as I'm concerned, is when you came on yourself.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's nice. It's the first time I've been on for... I come on at Coventry last week, but first home game I've been on for a long time. And I was like a little boy out there, to be fair, so it was quite nice to have a run around and make a few tackles, and as I say, I quite enjoyed it.
The enthusiasm, as ever, is still there for the pint-sized manager, who can still play a bit too. When Hessenthaler's around, never write off Gillingham.
Then Wolves followed before our away game against Wimbledon.
And it's gone in. It's a goal for Wimbledon, a goal scored by Damien Francis. His first goal of the season. After a troubled year with injury, Damien Francis most definitely back now for Wimbledon. It's his first goal for over a year. He had such a difficult time last season with a knee ligament injury, but that was a really bold and positive header. Crystal Palace, my question, why Clark didn't have a defender on the post. Able to pick out Morrison this time. Back again. Never afraid to run at defenders. Here's Morrison. 21 for the season now for Clinton Morrison. Crystal Palace have threatened that throughout this second half, and certainly since they made the change, taking off Adi Akinbai and bringing on Tommy Black. They've got much more width now. Black's never afraid to attack defenders. Then he was able to provide the vision too. Inch-perfect pass and a super finish from Clinton Morrison. So alert, so aware. This time he was goal side of Kenny Cunningham. And Palace are level.
Good fighting spirit by the skipper. Oh, what a ball. What a great ball. And what a good goal. Town absolutely caught out on the break. Gallimore finally comes into the middle. John McDermott now. Edge of the area. Clipped in. Boulding is there. Boulding is there. Boulding has made it. What a piece. Beautiful ball in. Was it Bradley Allen with a ball that got clipped over the top? Michael Boulding does exactly what we wanted. Gets an early reply for Grimsby. Number 7, Neil Ardley. Corner comes in, near post. That's it, it's in. Didn't pick the man up. Free header on the near post. Wanted an overlap, he hasn't got it. Bradley Allen now. There's the ball off. John McDermott still going, drags it back. Gotta be. Oh, yes! What a good goal, Alan Powelton. Fabulous finish to a very good move. John McDermott. Great ball in by Macca. And again, Bradley Allen instrumental. Beautiful layoff by Bradley Allen. Poor corner. Still in there though. Still in there. Danny Butterfield. It won't quite fall for him. Oh, completely scooped up by Campbell. Penalty kick. Yes. Alan Powelton looking for his second goal of the game. And to put Town 3-2 in front. Yes! Town go in front. Town 3, Wimbledon 2. We've got a real game on our hands now. Oh, well pinched by Todd. Great ball over the top. Boulding. Penalty kick. It's another penalty kick, and
surely the keeper has to go. Well, I can't even tell you who the goalkeeper is yet that's come on. Was it Morgan? Houghton. Saved. Well, can you believe that? The short answer is no, you can't. You know, we're going to have to take this again. And this time it is 4-2. But let's not forget how that goal came about. Andy Todd is not happy with just scoring them, he needs to make them as well. And that was a brilliant piece of work by Andy Todd, and so was that as well. And off goes Michael Boulding. He's still on his way, Boulding. Yes! Oh, unbelievable! You can't believe it! 5-2, and it's all happening. 2-2 at half-time, and now 3 goals. Well, in comes Houghton. He's still going. Alan Houghton again. Gotta be. Oh, crikey almighty! 6-2, a Boulding hat-trick. You can't describe this game. Well, Neil Shipley not happy with things. I think it's past caring. Well, 6-2.
3 straight wins had pushed Wimbledon within sight of the playoffs, but 4 games in 8 stamina-sapping days finally took their toll. Bradford, good value for the lead, given them by Ian Jess on the half-hour. There was a hint of offside about the Bantam second 20 minutes from time, but Mark Bauer wasn't complaining. It was his first goal for the club. Wimbledon kept battling, but didn't break through until stoppage time. A debatable penalty after David Weatherall was penalised for handball. David Connolly took the spot kick, but it wasn't enough to prevent Bradford's first ever win at Wimbledon.
From the league now, and Great Cup runs often have tricky starts, and this season was no exception, as the Borough faced a difficult third-round tie against Wimbledon. The Dons had knocked Borough out of both League Cup and FA Cup last time around, and the fans who made the long journey to Selhurst Park were delighted that defeat would be avoided.
Immediately now, Whelan inside the area, clear, Noel Whelan beats the keeper and scores! It's Middlesbrough 1, it's Wimbledon 0, and after Stamp rattled the bar, the Dons were still rattled. Now they're a goal down, and Whelan, cool finish from Noel. Robbie Mustoe is free, and we're to Paul Ince's side. Now, Robbie Mustoe checks out towards the left-hand side for Alan Johnston. Johnston, right-footed delivery into the box, everybody missing on goal! An on goal from Kenny Cunningham.
Victory in the FA Cup gave Borough home tie in round 4 against Manchester United.
Gillingham got the worst possible start just 4 minutes into the game, as Roland Edge's mistake gifted David Connolly his 18th goal of the season. It took them nearly an hour to recover. A well-worked short corner routine led to a scramble, the ball eventually falling to Paul Shaw, who made no mistake. 3 goals in 5 minutes then saw an amazing pendulum of fortunes. First joy for the Gills, Shaw again the hero. A perfect cross found the shortest man on the pitch, and Rod Wallace's header was in off the post. This his 10th goal of an injury-disrupted season. But once again the home side were let down by some appalling defending. Patrick Eigerman crossed into the path of Nigel Rio-Coker, but it's a ball that should have been easily cut out. This time though the Dons were only level for a minute. Andy Hesson-Taylor's low cross found Shaw again lurking in the 6-yard box, and he proved what an excellent poacher he is. Just when Gillingham seemed home and dry, controversy with just 3 minutes left. A scramble in the home defence, and Jermaine Darlington blasted the ball at Nicky Southall. It seemed to have gone for a corner, and that's what referee Joslin initially gave. But the linesman ruled Southall had deliberately blocked it with his arm. Gillingham incensed, but the referee changed his decision, and Neil Shipperley gratefully blasted home another equaliser. Although convinced it wasn't a penalty, the manager has far more pressing concerns.
You know, we can't defend like that, simple as that, and if it means we stay on the training ground for a few more hours this week, then we will.
It certainly ebbed and flowed. I'm not sure whether it was ebbing and flowing or it was torrential.
Certainly a good night for the strikers, and particularly Paul Shaw, but one the Gills defenders will want to forget. Gillingham 3, Wimbledon 3. And that result sees Gillingham climb 1 place to 9th, but it still leaves a big gap between them and the last playoff slot, currently occupied by Wolves on 56 points.
Fans turned out to watch their side lose 1-0 to Gillingham at Selhurst Park. And the few who ignored the protesters' pleas to stay away may have wished they hadn't turned up themselves. Guy Apua with the winner 4 minutes into the second half in front of over 1,800 visiting fans. Wimbledon hope to be in their new Milton Keynes ground by Christmas.
We want Copland! We want Copland! We want Copland!
Wimbledon's independent supporters were as good as their word today as they massed outside the club gates in what's now open revolt against club chairman Charles Coppell. It looked for all the world like the most bitter union dispute as pickets tried to persuade fellow fans and travelling Gillingham supporters to join them in their protest. And precisely at 3 o'clock as the game kicked off inside, a silent vigil for the death of Selhurst Park. It was almost as quiet inside the ground, not that there was much for the smattering of Dons fans to shout about. Gillingham made all the running, with Calvin Davis doing well to keep out Apua. Apua was at it again in the second half, and this time the Cameroon striker couldn't be stopped. And it took some miraculous saves from the Dons' talented keeper to prevent Gillingham adding to their score.
Did it affect team morale at all, do you think?
Well, I've got to say no. I hope not. We've tried to look at it and say this isn't going to affect us and we're going to get on with it. It certainly didn't affect Gillingham's team morale, so there's no reason why it should affect ours.
Obviously they've got a situation, I don't really want to go into it too much, but it can't be easy. It can't be easy for the manager and for the players and everybody involved, and obviously supporters, they feel strongly about it and obviously protested, but at the end of the day it's not really going to help their players out on the field. They need the support, and I think the decision's been made, and I think they're just going to have to get on with it, unfortunately.
So an unparalleled demonstration of fan power on this opening day of the season. Just over 600 fans here. They're promising there'll be 5 times that many when their own side, AFC Wimbledon, open their campaign next week. Pete Barclough, Sky Sports, Selhurst Park.
Less than 2,500 fans watched Wimbledon v Gillingham, the lowest attendance in the top 2 divisions since World War II, and more than 3/4 of those were Gillingham fans. There were plenty of Wimbledon supporters outside the ground. They were picketing Selhurst Park in protest at Wimbledon's owners' plans to move the club to Milton Keynes. The demonstration won the backing of many Gillingham fans.
We've been asked by the Wimbledon fans to support their venture. I don't want to pay 20 quid for myself to go in and pour it into Charles Coppell's business enterprise. I'm not going to do that.
We've got lots of friends at Wimbledon, and they've come up through the Southern League, the conference, and gone into the league, and they've reached to the Premiership, and now, unfortunately, they've hit on bad times.
The game was decided by a Guy Epua goal and ended Wimbledon 0, Gillingham 1.
Distinctly funereal at Selhurst Park, and fewer than 1,500 home fans turned up to pay their respects. Wimbledon's final match in London after 114 years of playing in the capital. Burnley led early through Gareth Taylor. But chasing their 100th league win at Selhurst, the Dons turned their match around in the second half. First, Trond Anderson teed up David Connolly's 23rd of the campaign. And then, 9 minutes from time, the Irishman did the trick again, after substitute Patrick Agyemang made a nuisance of himself in the box. In the circumstances, a top 10 finish is a laudable achievement. Chairman Charles Coppell remains adamant that a 70-mile move will revitalise the club. We'll know in a few months. Next stop, Milton Keynes.